Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
What is up, my dudes? We're jumping back into TRZ, taking on EOX after an insanely one-sided first map. Now we're on the map pick at TRZ with a 1-0 advantage in their favor. Also, what's up, Mike the King? How you doing, dude? So, moving on into things, you're going to see a P250 coming out for BNC with a couple of players taking a lack of armor in favor of the util. Not working out too well for them just yet, but at least a 1-for-1 trade goes down and a bomb plan, so EOX not looking too bad. A kit's still in play for the CT side as they start to move in towards the bomb site from CT primarily. They have still got Fabio sat outside a window, but there's not a whole lot he can really do. Pushing through this hole is pretty much suicide. He's going to do it anyways, and he's going to die. Long range P250 for BNC, and with the last player being Sagala, 2 HP remaining. You may guess where that's going to end. Headshot to finish him off at least, so the low HP didn't really matter, and it won't weigh on him too much. EOX find the first round, and at least connect to 1-0 lead, getting themselves a little bit of economy up, and gaining some momentum early on, which is pretty much necessary at this point, after losing so dominantly in the first map. As time ticks away, we eventually see TRZ go in for a 4-spy. An interesting choice on the CT side, taking out a scout alongside pistols. A buy that we definitely see work on a semi-consistent basis. It's definitely worth going for. EOX closing in their distance towards A. Nice deep nade goes through, and very good damage connected on the back of it. For what little investment it is. Makes it much easier to take these kills with the deagle as well. Zam, a player that we've seen do very well in the previous map, is over on stairs. He's avoiding death somehow on 16 HP. A high flash to go through as his teammate should peek on the back of it. He connects the headshot onto Skull. The scout trying to catch an angle on the players in towards Palace. BNC's thinking about it. He's thinking about swinging out, and it could be very dangerous if he does. The timing's bad, but Sagala eventually connects one shot. There's the second. If he lands one onto these players, it makes it so easy for Fabio to take them down. Always missing the shots. USP out, though. Should finish him off. Moth on 60 HP. He's one shot with that scout. The no-scope. Yes, and it's a headshot as well. Moth goes down, and a beautiful connection for Sagala. Picks up a kit. Oh, does he have time? I don't think so. Or no, he didn't have time. 2-0, but still very good damage done. Lots of weapons removed for EOX, so lots of reinvestment, and TRZ also saving over an AK definitely helps. A 2-0 lead. This is better than we saw from EOX in the previous map, where they only managed to find a round here or there to start things off. So as we push down middle, EOX are going to get a lot of control. They've got AKs in play, so these long-range fights on B should go their way. Sagala is here, being backed up by his teammates, though, and they're just going to try to bait them into the close-range fights, eventually facing Sagala at the bench. Catches them off guard. There's 2 kills on the board. They line up for him. An easy peasy down to a 2 versus 2. Sagala will be eliminated out in the open, leaving Zam to pull this off, and definitely one of the players you can rely on, but he's going to be flanked out. Moth had the angle and just eliminates him from the side, putting it 3-0 in EOX's favor. He had time? I don't think he did. It would have been very close anyways. Most players have the music kit on, but it doesn't tell you in 5 seconds, only 10. Made a lot of sense to save the AK, though. They got a lot of damage done in the previous round, and now you put yourself into a position where TRZ should, like if they win this round, face off against a full eco. Now with the bomb plant going in, maybe they'll force buy, but we'll see. We'll see how the round plays out. TRZ take a 3-man hold on A. Sony's able to pick up one as the flashbang did just as much to Skulls. A nice refrag to go through for Moth at least. So back down to a 3 versus 3. Oh, Moth, you dirty boy. Second headshot over to Sigala. They're trapped behind a smoke in CT, but a flashbang is going to come through very quickly from Fabio. And Crymore finds the kill. That's Hey You. Down to a 2 versus 2. Swings out. This is a little bit risky, but he's trying to distract for his teammate. Get a little bit of information. He only knows where one player is. Not able to find the kill. And as Fabio spots out the second, he's going to fall as well. I would have rather see them play together there. The potential was certainly on the board, but play a little bit more fragmented. And it cost them at the end of the day. It's sad, but it be like that. So, 4-0. Are we starting to believe in EOX? Man, it looks like it. They're looking to be the team that I expected to see coming into the previous map. As TRZ now ease off quite a bit. Now this round should see a 5-0. Obviously, coming into it there were a couple pistols, so TRZ had the chance to find some frags, but it hasn't quite happened for them. Now they rely on over-aggression. As BNC falls, it would be nice to try and save that rifle over. It's being watched, so very unlikely that it comes through. Nice kill from Crymore. At least bring it back and keep that EOX economy low. Considering TRZ will full buy in the next round, that AK saved over would be great, or even just to find a couple more kills before falling. Oh, I think they spotted him falling down. No, they didn't. They're still clearing angles. So they don't know where he is. They suspected, though. Closing the distance. They're separated. Kill there for Crymore. No time to hunt him down either. I think he should be safe. Relatively anyways. Oh, they took his foot down. Underneath the van. 5-0. EOX stopped the AK from being saved over. That's a really harsh loss to take. But still, 3 weapons dropped. That's a really efficient position for them to be in right now. I mean, you notice EOX, if they lose this round again, they're forced down to an eco with 3 players unable to buy. So TRZ definitely have no shortage of opportunities. Very fast push towards the A bomb site. They've already made it down mid. They've got connector control. They lose 2 players, but return the kills just as quickly. Leaving Sigala to try to pull this off on an AWP. He lands 1, but now he's pretty isolated. Smoke goes down. Flash as well. He's going to try to... No, he's not even falling back at this point. Will takes 1 as they were rushing to his aid. They're caught in the open and taken down. And this is... Oh, refacing that was... Excuse me, very risky, as Will's now left in a 1 versus 2. Bomb planted, but even still a deficit of favor for him as he retreats towards Tetris. It'll be expected. Or indeed taking ramp, okay. The Molotov going to stop them from defusing for now as he's going to jump over to Palace. They smoke it though. He has to rotate back. They could stick it right now and he would be screwed if he was going through Palace. They've spotted him. They know where he is. They'll scope up on him. Oh, but that angle's actually good for him. He can... Okay. The spray down, but it's not there in time. Fabio had the kit, and he finds the defuse inside the smoke. And again, an awkward situation developing as it's 5-1. TRZ pick up a round. But will EOX let them away with this? Like, they got the bomb plan, so they can maybe force it up. Yeah, it looks like they will on the back of the AK carried forward. Match pause comes in, and that's a tech pause, I believe. Oh, don't need the map open. Again, super high ping on Will, BNC, and TRK. I don't know what's going on with that. And 5-1. EOX on the full buy. They've got their AKs. They've got their utility. They've got their tech issues solved. At least we hope so. As a little bit of utility dispensed towards the A bomb site early on, or towards B rather, it is eventually going to be an A hit, but pretty dry. No utility on the cross. They're completely open from CT peaks, from jungle, from stairs, from connector. It's a very odd position to put yourself in. As one kill goes down, okay, Mott's able to pull forward 2 and bring it back into a 3 versus 2. It's not a bad position for them. Still planting the bomb is going to be very awkward, especially as Moth still has to make his way back over towards the bomb site. Sigala's on the flank down middle. Oh, but with Sonny falling, CT's open, they can get a safe plant. I don't know what Moth is doing here, though. He's got the bomb and he's aggressing through the CT spawn, but he catches a kill. I mean, this is madness. Sigala falls and so too does the round. EOX play that so aggressively, though. It definitely could have backfired. This is a weak round for TRZ, so not one that should have too much of a reward. Realistically, you want to see them walk away with 2 kills on the board, keep EOX's economy modest, because they've managed to do a pretty good job of controlling it so far. There's one on the board, AK going to be picked up as well. With armor, Fabio could definitely be a force to be reckoned with coming into this round. Never mind. He's dealt with off-screen. As Will eventually takes down a second player and puts it 7-1 in their favor. I mean, a shockingly different performance from EOX coming over to Mirage. Just, like, with the fact that they picked Inferno, it's just so odd to see that they're dominating now on an individual level, and yet earlier that wasn't the case. And it's all Moth, really, like 16 for 4. They have players that are doing mediocre, but Moth, he is carrying them through every single round at this point. Very fast beat push and completely dispelled by all of those flashbangs. Fabio can do nothing but sit back towards the bench. He's eventually hit by the Molotov and forced out into the open. Luckily, the same is true of EOX with the mollies and the smokes down. They're not able to really aggress all too heavily forward and eventually actually fall back. I'm curious as to where they angle. No question mark. BNC's just walked up and found a knife kill. Now the op is holding down and finding a double. Oh my god, they've pulled around back. Sigala gets a 3k and it's all on Will. 1 versus 3. An op trained on his position. A player right below him on an AUG. And Sony is just rotated through kitchen to support them a bit. Bombs down in the open. Oh, he spots one out. He knows exactly where Crymore is. Takes him out. Now he knows the op is towards the back of the bomb site. Molly will force him into the open. Swings out to the right. But he's peeked from kitchen by Sony at the same time. And dealt with now. It's 7-2. TRZ finally get around to the board. That was scary though. I mean, BNC was able to just walk through window. In through the CT spawn and get a knife kill like that. A massive hole in the defense. So EOX's economy is pretty modest. If they don't win this round, they'll be back 7-4, and TRZ will be starting to really build up rounds at that point, and indeed a more secure economy. The spam's good for Sony. Plenty of damage done. Oh, lordy lord, Zam's back, baby. He's getting the damage done as Sony, again, lights Moth down to 3 HP, Will to 48, but just can't finish off the kills. Now they have access towards the A-bomb site. Sigala's on an AWP, so it's not ideal for picking up these guys who are so low. Molotov straight into the smoke. You hate to see it, but you can't look away. Nice shot by Will to take down Sigala. The op now removed from play, but he's so low that it's easy for Fabio to connect that. 2 or 3 bullets with the wall bang needed to be connected. And so 7-3 leaves EOX with no money for this. And so it should be an eco. They've left the bomb in spawn, so that slows down whatever they were looking to do early on. It looks like mid controls the name of the game, but losing 3 players on top mid is the way it plays out. Bomb now left all alone. It's Will 1111. He's got to get 4 kills. Oh, 5 kills, sorry, and a bomb plant. And the CZ in hand. It doesn't look too likely. Doesn't look too likely at all. Flank coming through from Zam. And Zam Bam Malam. He's taken down. 7-4. EOX getting nothing done in that round, and that builds up a lot of economic security for TRZ as they're now fiscally rich. Oh my god, it's a buy round. You can't do that on a buy round. Skull pulls back with 2 kills at least, but a flash towards top mid with an aggressive peek, and they all line up, easily mowed down. Flash is going towards the bottom and middle, but the nades returned. Deal some damage. My god, Skulls. He's found a 3k of his own. We're back down to a 2 versus 2. A situation right now where Sigala and Zam have to pull it back. Now, these are 2 players that have been playing some of the best Counter-Strike we've seen in the first map. Came from Zam. It was definitely the highlight for me. And Sigala in this map has been overperforming on the AVP. Zam spots out that they're no longer towards top middle, but they have no presence on the A bomb site, which leaves them in a very awkward spot as this push comes through. I'll know soon that it's not B, but I think the first indication will be when the bomb goes down. It's a 2 versus 2. And the flank coming through from Zam could prove to be very fruitful. Sigala now pushing through apartments realizes that it's clear. Oh, are they going to rotate to B? Yeah, that's the big brain play. This makes a lot more sense. Swinging over towards the B bomb site. Now, the thing is, though, Sigala's done what I didn't expect him to do and actually started moving back as they spot out nobody's on A. I thought he would have continued to push and come through underpass. Now he can stop that bomb being planted. 3 seconds left, but he's not able to do so. Finds 1 kill. Needs to be careful over the left side peak as he's taken down. They have no idea where Zam is. He needs to slow walk. He needs to slow walk. He's giving away his position. They know that he's there now, but he's returned that info. Moth felt bad about having one-sided information game. He's in the Molotov. He's lit up so much, and he dies to it. Moth, no. That is not the play. That is not the play at all. It's 7-5. EOX at this point, they've got 5 AKs to work with and a little bit of utility moseying on around. Oh, the nade goes through and TRK is not having a great time to start it off. As aggression comes through, EOX at this point, they are starting to lose a lot of rounds, but okay. TRK gets team killed. He's not going to be too delighted about that. Smoke towards CT. The spam is dangerous. Molotov goes through. Sigala's forced back from the angle. Skulls probably would have got that kill, but he ran out of ammo. That was the only problem. As Will comes up through connector, he's about to be flanked out himself. Never mind. Not so successfully. As the bomb plant goes down, it is for connector where they've got control. And Fabio, okay, on the wall bang onto BNC. I like it. I respect it. They know where Skulls is, at least roughly. They know where he was. Towards the bottom connector, ducking just in time. Will avoids the bullet. As Skulls takes him down, it leaves it all onto Sigala. And he can't do it. He can't pull it off this time, unfortunately, so it's 8-5. EOX gain themselves a round at last. Mirage is going to be a pretty forgiving map, though, for an 8-7 scoreline in the T's favor. And TRZ will definitely have the chance to come back in with a decent scoreline. I wouldn't count them out just yet. Especially if you take into consideration on the previous map we saw such a turnaround at the halftime. But that was once EOX went over to the CT side that they started to play a little bit better. By the looks of things. I'd have no problem saying that EOX have turned things around from the previous map. They've certainly started to look like a much different team. With majority pistols, I mean, there's not a whole lot that you can really anticipate for a round like this. The T-side should be walking away with a clean victory. They've already lost 2 players, though, down to a 3 versus 3. AWP retrieved for Zam. He's holding down on short. I don't think he's got a sight line on the bomb, but he might have a sight line as a player goes to retrieve it. Sonny sitting down with a Zeus. It's a brave move. He's had success with it before, though. Sigala takes the op out of the hands of Zam, who's confident enough with the deagle as it is, evidently. Oh, Sigala's not peeking it. He would have caught an angle on the BNC, maybe even the kill. Zam's taken down in the open. I don't know where he was looking. They're boosted up and they get the bomb eventually. Sigala doesn't find the frag. Bomb planted, and now do they want to save the op? That's the real question. I think so. Evidently not. They're not able to do so. They can just about get an op out, but everybody's going to be suffering for economy in this round. Utility is going to be far and few between. Zam takes out the op and hands it over. Sigala now in a position where he has to return a weapon at least. Yes, Garcia, cry more equals hey you. There's the opening for Sigala on the op. That's why it's worth giving to him. He's had a baller of a game, 17 for 11. Sonny goes down though. Moth again with the opening kill for the T side. He's been so consistent throughout this map. He has really turned up. Second kill connected for each team. Sigala returns the frag that was just found by the T side. With Moth being low HP, he can't really afford to cross, but he still goes for it. Planting now for the CT spawn. Sigala's aggressing forward. Players towards the stairs. Molotov goes in on the bomb site. This should allow Sigala to maybe catch an angle, but Sigala's still passive down in CT. I feel like that molly could have been coordinated a little better. 7 HP on Will. He's not having a great time. They line up for him, though, and he shuts them down. It's all onto Sigala with an AWP. If he had an M4, he'd a better chance, but Will comes out with a final one-tap and a 4K in the round. What an incredible performance. Will almost top-fragging. 20 for Moth, 19 for Will. The individuals have shown up for EOX, and at this point, TRZ are starting to scare me. They're not having anywhere near the same level of a performance as they did previously. They're also winning the majority of the opening duels, with I think Zam taking 3 in total in that half. And altogether they had 8 opening kills, only 5 rounds connected. I do feel like we'll see a better performance, though, coming through from TRZ now on the T side. Let's see if they can close it out. I mean, they only need to find 11 rounds, but that's still a pretty damn good T side all in all. It does look unlikely at this point. As the bomb plant goes down, though, EOX have got a 5-man retake to mount. They have 2 kits and skulls without armor. That's probably the weirdest buy I've ever seen. I don't know if they're just horny for symmetry or something, but I don't really get why you need 2 kits here. They find an opening kill, long range on the USPs, but the Ts can just play time at this point. BNC catches one off guard, but not able for anything outside of that, and now defusing that bomb is pretty much impossible. Oh, the knife kill. It comes through. Fabio finds a 3rd kill, this time with the knife, and plenty of money boosting him up now. Well, EOX want to play aggressive, evidently. They've only taken themselves the USPs, and they're trying to get in the face of their opponents. Decent damage done, but I think most of it was by the T side. Crymore's down to 1 HP, but he survives the round. The UMP going to be carried forward for him. Only 1 kill on the board. As it's going to be 10-7. EOX now getting approached. I mean, the scoreline's closing in on them, but they are able to find the full buy here on the back of the eco in the previous round, and the current economy system giving them quite a large amount of a cash sum. So if you save over all your money, you get a pretty decent buy after losing the pistol round into round number 3 of the half. Moth escapes on 17 HP, going back towards underpass, but they're going to aggress towards the B-bomb site nonetheless, where TRK is holding down. He's just gotten a double kill. He's had a really quiet game. He was on 3 kills starting out this half, but he returns quite a few. This flank coming through surely isn't going to be expected. Actually, they did spot him go back through underpass, so maybe there'll be a little bit of an inkling that he'll rotate back and come through Palace. Apartments, rather. This is the real damning position, though. The fact that Skulls is there. I think Sony kind of has an idea of it. He knows something's up. Something is afoot. Because they haven't yet gone for the retake on the site, so they're trying some kind of nasty strat. He's coming through underpass, but 42 seconds left. He's eventually going to have to make a move pretty quickly. Slow walking all the way, and Moth at this point, he's checking the right angle. Literally the angle to the right of him. He suspects something like this to come through, but does Sony. 18 seconds left. That plant has to be stuck eventually. If Sony falls here, it's pretty much all over. He seems conscious of the left side. Spots him out. On low HP, Moth should be an easy target. And indeed, he is eventually taken down. Sagala has to stick this plant. 5 seconds left on the clock. Skulls' watch coming out of kitchen, so safely enough, the plant goes down. Low HP on Sony after the engagement, though. And Skulls now has information on where both players are residing. Sitting down on top of the box on the bomb side. He's heard running around. He's going to find the opening kill onto Sagala. Low HP, remember, on Sony. And they don't peek it together. So Skulls is able to find them both. The wings come through as the kit is not there, but the defuse is still found. The Guardian Angel watching over Skulls. Trying to write EOX, I think. It's now 11-7. And EOX have found themselves another round and extended their lead. Even still, though, the buy is going to be pretty weak. There's one M4 on the floor, but they have to reinvest into 4 weapons, which is never going to be easy. Obviously, with the bomb plant, TRZ are pretty happy with their money. They're able to get out an op if they want to. But more importantly, they've got full AKs and full utility in the absence of one. Curious as to where we're at right now with regards to the odds. Pop them up for a second. Total maps, come on, dude. That's not what we're asking. It's like rolling a magic dice. You're looking for second map. I don't know what total rounds really means. I just want map winner, to be honest, but it just won't give it to me. It won't provide me second map round handicap. Okay, so definitely looking like EOX are going to win according to the odds. Again, I don't know if I fully agree with that. TRZ only on 7. We would need to see EOX win this round here before I would say their favorite. Or at least a decent favorite, like not 3 times. Spraydown goes in. Crymore and Sony both down to 50 HP. That's some damage that's definitely going to hurt their cause. TRZ starting to look worse for wear, considering the favor we gave to EOX coming into this series overall. It's a scary spot to find themselves in. Spam is not too successful. Moth does a lot of damage and actually finds the kill eventually, leaving Zam down low HP. Crymore was lit up previously. Oh, he's going to continue to aggress. He knows Zam's there, so he finds the kill. It's fairly worthwhile. All on to Crymore now, 1v3 on the back of Fabio being taken down. Doesn't look like he'll be getting too much done as he closes in towards A with the bomb. He needs to take Will down. Catches him going into the CT spawn, though. So bomb now plantable completely. And the CT's in a 1v2 retake. Okay, it works out. BNC finds the trade from afar. And it will be 12-7, but a bomb plant for TRZ and indeed the ability to now get a... the amount of damage that they've done onto EOX, keeping their economy modest, gives a real opportunity for TRZ to come back into this. So the next round is definitely now more important than it would have been had we just seen them die with 2 kills on the board and no bomb plant. As they can take themselves a couple of pistols, maybe even force buy up here on the T side. I don't want to see the force, but pistols and armor definitely seems like the logical call. Take that, maybe fast rush B, see if you can get yourself 2 to 3 kills in a bomb plant again. And just keep up this level of damage towards the CT side economy. Look at the aggression coming through from the CTs early on. Will towards the top of mid, finds himself one. The trays are there very quickly for Moth, but he's on 8 HP. He's got to bail out of here. Actually makes it away. And sacrificing himself as TRK, running towards top mid to cover his teammates' retreat. And indeed, it happens successfully. They've spotted them out on the bomb side at this point. The nade won't stop the bomb plant, or indeed post plant. As Cry finds the kill in the back of a flashbang, there's an opening for Sagala as well, down to a 2v2. P250's in play, closing in the distance. Sagala gets taken down, but Crymore's still got a chance. 50 HP on the board though, so one headshot from Skulls closes it out. It's going to be 13-7, but again, 3 kills in a bomb plant. That is fantastic. Did he just type easy? Oh my god. These guys are toxic. Zam's taken down through underpass aggression early on, and EOX seem to just be successful in every fight that they aim to take. As Moth is going to go down, it's into a 4 versus 4. EOX on a bit of a back foot with that, but they're continuing on their aggression, and TRK's continuing to increase his performance statistics, although eventually he does fall, leaving it into a 3 versus 3. In a position where TRZ definitely come ahead because they decide where they take it, but caught with the molly out or just after it was thrown, Fabio's taken down by an MP9. An upgrade to an AK achieved. But the trades come on back. You can see the angle onto Skulls was found. The quick headshot. It's back into favor for the T side. They need to be careful though. Realistically, the trades they're finding currently are a little bit lucky as they're across the map. At least that previous one was. This time Sony goes down, but look at that. No trade to be found. And as Crymore pushes the bomb site, it's a 1v1 instead of what could have been a favorable position in a 2v1 fight. Now rotations are coming too, and it is a 2v1. But in favor of EOX. Pretty much as expected. And the thing there is that EOX, or TRZ rather, they had so many opportunities to take themselves fights as a unit. There in the end, in the 2v2, I really feel like they should have both just fallen back, reset, and pushed a bomb site together where you're pretty likely to find a 2v1. Very fast push towards the B bomb site. No counter utility will be thrown through. No Molotovs, no nades, no flashbangs used up on B. And now they close the distance and pincer them. Even the CT side falling at their heels. A 2 versus 3 with a bomb plan to go down. TRZ have the advantage to play with. They have the bomb site control and they have time on their side. EOX with a lot of work to do. They take down Crymore. Low HP on Fabio up close as well. He'll be very swiftly dealt with, but he finds himself a kill, and the trade's now possible on his Slayer. Putting it 14-8. TRZ closing in that gap, but they are still massively far away from where they need to be. It is looking like a third map is likely, but I don't think we'll see it in this round here as EOX find themselves so close and personal, find themselves some kills on the board. But it's not going to be enough. Bomb now planted in just a couple seconds. Okay, Fabio needs to go plant this bomb. Fabio really needs to go plant this bomb. They have no CT control. Fabio really needs to plant this bomb. Thank you. Eventually it's going to be planted. But a lot of time's been given for EOX to close the positions and start coming up on the flank. They're not as pressured for time right now as they can just slowly inch forward. And BNC is left all alone. Picks up an MP9. Ah, it's so unfortunate that he didn't get the SG there. He doesn't want to drop it and give away his position. Eventually he does, but not even the sound cue gives it away. He's just spotted out in the open by Fabio. 14-9. TRZ still in with a chance to do this and at least claim an overtime, but it's a long road, and it's looking quite likely that EOX close it as soon as they get a full buyout. It should be a 14-10 scoreline either way, though. With this ego coming through, not looking all too good for the CTs. And their money isn't actually that great. They're on the 1900 loss bonus, so they're not going to get a whole lot of cash next round either. So they'll still have a pretty weak buy, especially on utility. Seems to be an extended technical pause going through. So, not ideal. Let me double check what's going on. I'm going to throw us to a pause screen real quick without any music. Oh, never mind. I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like a major issue. Hopefully not a tactical for EOX. So I highly doubt we're going to see 600 IQ strategies. With 3 pistols in play and 2 USPs, sorry, 3 upgraded pistols and 2 USPs, EOX have no armor, they have no utility, no kits. Really, this round's just about doing damage, maybe saving a weapon. Wow, Will finds that kill inside the Molotov, continues to aggress. He eventually bails out of there without picking up a weapon. The flank is almost enough, and EOX are getting great damage done early on. Spotting the bomb towards the B bomb site and beginning a rotation. The TRZ use this opportunity to seize B. Seize A even. Catch these players off guard. Will knows now that he can pick up that SG, so he's feeling pretty happy about that. But not too happy about the outcome. Would have rather just see him save that. So we're taking a look at the scoreboard right now. Just look how big of a performance Moth and Will are putting in. 26 kills on the board each. Oh, what a brave move by Moth to go for the knife. If that was Crymore, it would have worked. Certainly one of the bravest plays I've seen today. 29 on the board for Sagala, who he highlighted towards the first half as having a great performance, and he's certainly not letting up there, on the verge of dropping that 30 bomb. Fabio behind on 20. And I feel like just at this point, you know, EOX are getting more out of their players. Will and Moth especially. Zam's going to peek this, and that signals danger. Luckily, that flash does force BNC back off the angle. So we should all be Gucci there. TRZ move towards the A bomb site. There's a sneaky player there. Will's hiding down the close left corner. I don't know if they're going to suspect this as Moth picks up one. It's not looking likely. But it is going to be a cheeky fake as eventually the B bomb site is... Oh, no, you hadn't got short secured. Come on. 1 kill. And they plan to open for short without anybody covering it. TRK finds a double. So much damage done onto the others as well. Sony's coming up behind. Just wait on the bomb site. TRK falls. Now you've got short control. Now you can plan for short, but it's a little bit late. Players all over the bomb site. Moth's going to swing out. Sagala's pretty screwed. He's so low. And Sony has to find these kills. One on the board. There's Moth down, but 30 HP left on Sony. What a devastating round to lose. They really shouldn't be throwing this one away, but EOX on the back of a big play, leaving 2 players on short. And TRZ just throwing it away by not checking. By planting open for it, even though they had control on the bomb site. They felt like short with post plants would be fine, but yeah, you can't expect a second player to be there, but sort of have to. I think it was an unnecessary risk. The default plant would have been secured. You would have had a 2-man advantage to play with if you won the short battle afterwards. Down goes Moth early on. The only an overtime possible for TRZ now. That's the only positive outcome for them. Other than that, it will be a loss and a third map played out. Nice deep nade goes through for BNC as Crymore is the one lit down to 64. BNC takes Cry at least and puts it into a oh no 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 no. They've lost all their short players. Fabio's found a kill. Bombs rotating to A. It's still into a 2v3 though, with Will full HP on this A bomb site. Playing towards Underwood. They should know that he's here. Okay, he's taken down, but well, yeah, low HP on TRK. It's definitely possible. Oh, come on. He's got 1 HP and he's flashbanged. He comes out on top. TRK's been getting such good engagements the last couple of rounds. Sigala doesn't even fake the plant, but actually eventually connects it onto BNC. One spam, all that's needed from TRK right now. One good spam, and it's all over. He is 1 HP. Molotov goes through. Not deep. Not quite deep enough. Nah, that's it over. Nice peek by TRK. Nice defuse to come through, and it's 16 to 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be going to a third map in just a couple of minutes after TRK's finished disrespecting his opponent. Yep. Yep. So as we come to a conclusion here, EOX have managed to pull us all the way back, and we're going to go into train to see if they can perform the reverse sweep. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes with map number 3, so be sure to stick around for that.
Charge up your game with excitement.